So I'm going to talk about how to get on TV. This is probably one of the top questions that I get asked. In fact, I just got asked this question yesterday. And my answer is always the same. Because if you can demonstrate that you have a niche, if you have a YouTube channel that's vibrant and you've developed your own following, in other words, the public decides, then the media will come seeking you out. So it had to be a topic that you really, really enjoyed. So step number one is to figure out what your niche is. What is something that if you're at a dinner party or if you were talking with friends in the park, what is the one thing that you know the most about, that you're so knowledgeable about, and that you could be the go-to expert on? But you have to actually enjoy talking about this. I said, I really enjoy talking about marketing. I'm reading articles about marketing. It's a real passion for me. How do other companies do it well? What could I use to be able to transfer into my own business? Step number two is to figure out what medium you're going to publish on. Now, in my case, I chose YouTube because I'm not afraid of doing videos. I'm not afraid of talking to camera. Some people are, so maybe you choose instead to microblog on Instagram. And of course, we know loads of people that have gotten very, very successful and become influencers as a result of that. Maybe you're a fantastic writer, so you can be someone who generates a blog post. There are plenty of people that have figured out ways to monetize those. Either way, you've got to pick one niche, and then you've got to double down on the one platform that you're going to be sharing all of your expertise on. Actually, two critical pieces to figuring out what you're going to be doing next is engagement. But what I mean by engagement is that you've got to find the top leaders in your vertical, follow them, do some listening, and then start to engage. One of my favorite speakers is Kelly Hoey, who wrote the book Build Your Dream Network. And she's a big fan of doing this on the Twitter platform, where she creates lists of people by industry, where she goes in and does some listening. And then when it's appropriate or her expertise actually warrants a comment, she engages in the conversation. But what she's doing by doing that is you're building relationships. You've got to start building relationships just like you would if you walked into a cocktail party and you started talking to people. Being online isn't any different, and that engagement, committing to that engagement 10 or 15 minutes a day on any of the platforms that you choose and with the top leaders or followers in your vertical, are a key piece of how you grow a following. Now, the other piece that can be critical is to do paid ads. So today, for example, I just did a piece on marketing. It's my blog post. And now I've gone one step further and actually threw some money at the Facebook ad as well as an Instagram ad behind it. That can be one of the fastest ways that you can drive traffic to your newsletter. It can be one of the fastest ways you can drive traffic to your YouTube channel, your Instagram. Paid ads are definitely a way to go. And here's why. It's not because you do or don't have a marketing budget. The algorithms have changed so much that if the platform's going to really reward you if you pay to play. Now, the only exception to that is TikTok, right? TikTok right now hasn't gotten to the place where paid ads are necessarily going to get you more traction. TikTok, the algorithm really just likes you if you have hashtagged it the right way and if you're producing entertaining content that everybody wants to see. Now it's time to start following the top leaders in your industry and see what their top performing 5 posts are and what are the topics that they're writing about. What are the hashtags that they're writing about? Have to play the algorithm game a little bit and see what are the top trending topics. You can either go to Google Trends for that. You can go to Twitter for that. They always post their top trending hashtags there. But if you're in YouTube, you just got to look and see what your competitors are doing. What are the top performing posts that they're actually producing, and then you just go ahead and you do your own version of that. The other thing that you can do is see what are the top questions that people are asking your followers, right? Like if you're following a Tony Robbins and a lot of people are asking him questions about, listening as a leader, then you yourself can answer that question in a piece of content, and that can be something that feeds into this last point that I'm making, which is about creating content that is trending. Comment down below and just let me know what piece of this seems like is crazy and what piece of this sounds like it's something that you'd be willing to do. I would love for you to hit the subscribe button because I'm going to be posting videos at least once a week on marketing and leadership. Always get in touch with me. I'm hosting a public speaking masterclass, and you can always DM me and message me at info@ladydrinks.com if you would like to engage with me and do a 6-session course. I'm always available to you that way. I hope I got into television in 1997 when it was very, very different, right? I needed to get a reel together. I needed to then get an agent, and that agent then had relationships at major networks, which is how I ended up on CNN or ABC or CBS or any of the other networks. But today, I feel like the dynamic has changed, and actually for the better.